Good evening, everybody. Good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you are. Sorry for not posting on Friday, but I had a kid with an ear infection. So here we are today. And what I want you to see is I want to go through uranium very quickly, very briefly, because I think we right now we're seeing the bulls and the bears fighting each other. So what happens in the next month, maybe weeks, is actually pretty important. So I found the URNM, the spot price, and some few miners that I want us to to have a look at. So just very quickly, this is a 2-year price action for URNM. And what you can see, we came up from this massive run at the late 2020, and then we made the high here, and then what happened here was the the spot physical uranium trust was listed, and then we made this big move blow off here. And ever since we have been in this golden channel here, downward bullish channel or wedge, whatever you want to call it. So, so what next? I think as long as this one holds, the one that goes all the way here, then we are good. But for now we are still in a downtrend. There's no way around it. You can see we have lower low. Well, not low low, but we are going into a low low from this period here. And then we tried to make a higher low, but then we failed here at the top golden band here. And now we're bouncing again. So hopefully we can get some momentum and getting above the 200 moving average, which is right here. If not, then we could be heading south, testing again, and then probably that will be a trigger to maybe go to this lower golden trend line down here. But right now it's a big battle back and forth, bulls and bears. We have to wait and see. I'm a big long-term bull, as you know, but that doesn't rule out that we can have a big drop in the coming weeks or month here. So also, if you see, this could be a big head and shoulders right here, a 2-year head and shoulders. And if that is triggered, that's not the best, not the ideal spot. Anyways, let's look for the spot price. Oops, sorry. Here it is. I know that ever since last week they don't report the price change anymore, so that's a bit shame. But if we zoom out, just to give my view, I do think and hope, of course, I hope that we are to break out of this massive, to me, possible massive head shoulders going across here, going back 15 years, where if we break, I think the first move will be to hit the Fukushima high, which is over here. But I think that will only be a brief stop. So we get to the Fukushima high, then possible backtest, retest, and then we go again. That's my view, anyways. And if we were to do some measured moves, depending on how we want to do it, then we are in the triple digit spot price. I can just quickly do a measured move if you want to. So the minimum would be just north of 100, depending if you want to go for the dollars or for the percentage. But anyways, if we zoom in a bit on the lower time frame, the daily, we can clearly see here we had a squeeze going across here. Let's put it there. You can also put it down here. But anyways, and now we peaked here and then we dropped down big time. So what I'm looking at right now is this one. We have actually a bear flag, and if we do the measured move, if it were to be triggered, then we could see a move all the way down to 34, 35. So right now this is not ideal, and that's also, I think, if this gets triggered down, then you will also see the massive drop in URNM and other miners. But let's see. I think actually we are in at 50, 52-ish right now. So yeah, long term, I'm a big bull. Short term, there could definitely be some surprises to the downside if we're not lucky. But you can see the trend, it has changed. So a drop down to 35 would be the down in this vicinity right here at the 200 weekly. So let's see. Okay, Denison, going briefly through some minors. Quickly, you can see here we went down last week or the last few weeks. We went down to the lower golden channel here, and we bounced back up again. Now we are retesting from below. So my view is that if we get back above, this means that we actually should be on the move again to the upside. If that can happen, you can also see we have broken some smaller time frame resistance here. So right now we're standing here. Fission, same thing. As you can see, we broke down from this long-term red, which is now a red resistance, and we are just briefly, sorry, here it is. We are just briefly backtesting again here. So what we want to do is we want to get back above and stay there. We want to get back above here and then stay. What we don't want to see is, of course, if we backtest and then drop down quickly, because then we will go all the way down here, I think, for the third and final low in this channel here. And if that were to happen, that's a 50% drop or so. I mean, if you can buy Fission here, that would be a gift in my view. So again, it's very sketchy right here. And then quickly want to show you an Encore Energy. Whoops, down there. Again, this is what I'm seeing. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4 low. You could put this together to one, but and which we have 4. And I think last week we came down below the green support, which is right here. Came down, tested it again, then pushed back up. So this could be a false breakdown from this very long-term resistance going back 2 years. And what we want to see is to get back above this smaller time frame red resistance going across here, going back three months or so, 4 months. We want to get back above here and then ultimately break out of this one here. Then I think we are fine actually. Energy fuels looking a lot like the URNM. You can see again massive head and shoulders, not looking too good. Tested the lower bound again, or the neckline once again, which should be blue. I keep forgetting that it's blue. So what we're doing right now is to going for the retest of this smaller squeezing formation, going up to a retest at around 8. And then what will happen there is either we break through, getting back in, which is bullish, or if we turn around and going down, that would be, yeah, of course, bearish, as you know. Baseload had a pretty good week. The past 2 weeks, I think, it was just the last week. Yeah, you can see here the past 2 trading days up. What is it, like 25, 30% or so? And also we broke out, I think, from this golden trend line going down here. So for now, this green support zone going all the way across here held once again. And when you want to become really bullish, that's when you get above this red trend line going here, resistance. Then we are very bullish. But the last 2 trading days, very good. Also look at the volume down here and the MACD going up. Yes, we are overbought on the daily, but when you have this big squeeze, you only need 1 or 2 big moves in one direction to get overbought or oversold. So it doesn't really matter at this point in time that we overbought. It doesn't matter. Global Atomic, again, you can see the big head and shoulders. But what is interesting for me is that we broke down from the long-term lower golden trend line and came back in again. And what you typically see is that a lot of people are going short here, of course, on the break and also on the retest. But it couldn't break the low from here, and now we came back above. So there is a lot of shorts right now here that are caught. And if you start to go upwards again, they have to buy back. Otherwise, they're getting smoked. So let's see. Yeah, we have GoVX, one long green support going all the way across, going back 3 years. And now for the past 1 year, we've been in this squeezing formation, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I really do think we have a lot of momentum, big volume, MACD going up. I think this is going to break, hopefully. And then we will definitely get out of this bullish squeeze here. Let's see. Laramid, I'm just zooming out here for 2 years. Again, this lower golden support zone, you can say, is holding. We had a dip below and then back above again. Zooming in, we came below, retested the upper lower, if you can call it that, then back again, retest, and now we're going back up. So if we are to get above, 0.467-ish, getting out of this golden trend on here, I mean, that's a buying opportunity that you don't want to miss, I guess. You can place the stop loss quite easily, so the risk to reward is insanely good. We have Centrus Energy. Very quickly, we broke out of the golden trend line, and now we're just backtesting at this green support going all the way through here, you can see. So also, you can also make a buy if you want to. The stop loss is quite easy to place. UEC had I think some sort of hedge fund or whatever it was, I can't remember, put out a short right here last week, and then we dropped down from 3.15 to 2.4 or so. And what we did was we made a double bottom here. Well, not a double bottom, but we did bounce at this low here, and we came back into this falling wedge coming across here. So what I said when it happened, I think that we are going for a backtest of this lower golden trend line, because as you can see, it goes all the way across here, 3 years, and you don't break such a big trend line only to drop lower. You are going to retest it very, very often. And if that were to happen, we are probably getting above the smaller time frame squeeze here. And then let's see what happens. I mean, again, just like one of the other charts, if we are to get back above here, then there's a lot of shorts that are short right here, a lot of shorts. So that's what I had. As I mentioned, uranium, I love it, but right now it's a fight between the bulls and the bears. Some charts are looking very good, some charts are looking not so good. But I think overall, yeah, we have to wait and see. We really have to wait and see. I think it's up to the spot price about where it wants to go here. If we drop down, then it's short-term pain. And if we can stay and grind higher, getting above these highs here, then we are definitely in for what I think, as mentioned before, the test here of this massive neckline. So that's my view anyways. I hope you will subscribe both to YouTube and Twitter at UseLinkINV on Twitter. So yeah, thanks.